Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Sunless Skies. In the last episode we found the giggling place in Traitor's Wood here, and I think we should go on another expedition. I believe it's only going to take 2 supplies, and we have 4, so I think we have enough. It might put us in a little bit of a bad situation, but let's see what happens. You'll take only a few hardy souls. You'll risk fewer crew, but increase the chance of failure. A handful of your most loyal crew volunteer to join you. They hoist packs and eye each other with grim satisfaction. Right, the Barrows of Silence, which in no way can be a nice place. The scholars have provided the location. The wood whispered its name to you. Whoever lies in the Regent's grave may have been connected with this place. This is an expedition of moderate difficulty. The more crew you take, the easier the expedition, though you risk more of your men. I'm sure it'll be fine. Your crew are reluctant, but obey your command. They haul on their packs and make ready for another incursion. The scholars watch you leave, their expressions solemn. It is not long before you are surrounded by trees, the canopy plunging you into gloom. You emerge into a field of purple flowers, bright as new bruises. Captain! The stoker's voice is anxious. Can you hear them? Something whispers from beneath the petals. We can either listen to the voices using our mirrors. What do they know? Maybe you can learn. Or we can stop at our ears. If we had hearts, plug your ears somehow, shut out the sound. Let's listen. 85%, how bad can it go? The scent of the flowers is sweet, but sour, like that of rotten raspberries. The smell overpowers your nostrils as the voices overwhelm your ears, filling them with a constant babble. Your crew join you in the long grass, wandering through the cacophony of flowers. Petals open tiny mouths. They whisper directions, only half in a language you speak. They tell you of groves and graves, the treacheries which happened, the defiance, the kingdom overthrown. Eventually, they even tell you the way to leave. Long shadows move through the silver trees ahead. There is a mournful howl. Someone sounds hungry. The stoker tries to joke. A low growling comes from behind you. The beasts have your scent. Well, our irons gives us 20%. Our veils gives us 50. Flip the coin, hope for the best. You break from your path and slip into a copse of trees, white as bone. You creep under the canopy. Perhaps the dense wood and utter darkness might throw off pursuit. You hear the occasional crunch, surely only a branch underfoot, as your pursuers enter the wood after you. Eventually, all falls silent. The beasts have given up or withdrawn, satisfied. You head to higher ground, try to locate your crew, and find they had the same idea. The ground gives way to a bog, grey and fetid as a newly slain corpse. It burps lazily. The marsh reeds susurrate, growing in volume as you approach. There is English amidst the Popolini names, yours and those of your crew. We can search for another route using our mirrors, or we can cross the Whispering Bog. Let's search for another route. 68%. The wood extends for miles, but so too does the bog, as though it were once a river or a moat. It is hours before you find a passable clearing. A glade of emerald hue, nestled between a copse of silver trees that shiver and sigh like consumptives. The trees whisper as you pass. They lie in a dozen languages, only half known to you and your crew. The discordance shivers beneath the Barrows. Correspondence ignites wood that shrieks, as though not meant to speak it. Wood burns and breaks. The passing is treacherous and slow. Eventually, however, you emerge, and here we are, the Barrows of Silence. A circle of earthen mounds surround a hollow of blasted ground. The barrows smell of leaf mould and decay. Some are so old they've sunken and are barely distinguishable from the rest of the grass-covered ground. Your crew shiver as you walk past the mounds into the blasted circle at their centre. A wind whips past you, blowing up dust. A bird overhead calls out. Its cry is cut short. A deep depression sits at the centre of the circle, surrounded by smouldering sigils of the correspondence. The sigils, scored into the Barrow's earth, smoulder. The incandescent language is searing. A command burns your marrow. Here, you will be silent. Okay, so we can either gag ourselves, seal your mouth, ensure your silence, gag our crew, cannot risk them screaming, or we can go further into the circle. Do we gag ourselves? Let's try gagging ourselves. You tear a strip of cloth from your sleeve and force it into your mouth till your jaw aches. I feel like gagging my crew is a terrible idea, but let's do it anyway. Faces with mouths stuffed with cloth look to you for instruction. Well, let's go further into the circle. Whatever secrets are buried here lie within the barrows themselves. Wind gusts across the graves, setting stones rolling from the barrows. Your crew huddle close as you advance into the centre of the circle. Below your feet, correspondence sigils flare like dying fireflies. Even now, the letters of heaven sear the air. The entrance to the barrows have been filled with piles of rock. They are stoppered with slate and shale. Beneath your feet, the correspondence is incandescent. We have raised you up, and so shall we cast you down. We can approach the hole at the centre of the Barrow circle. Perhaps another seal is contained within. We could remove the gag. Your jaw aches, your mouth chafes. What's the harm? Or we can open the Barrows. Move the stones and the entrances. What is this hole at the centre? Let's have a look. Our power shared, our gift given, our law defied. The hole is partially clogged with ash, but you can see a gleam at the bottom. Something gold glistens down there. The sigils around the lip of the hole burn comprehension into you. The privilege of stewardship abused. Fury and pain and betrayal racks your ligaments. Your hands shake as you pluck the golden seal from its dim tomb. Okay, well, let's leave. You have the last seal. Be away from this quiet place. Your crew are glad to be away and hurry after you. Away from the looming silence of the Barrows. You have the third seal for the gate. The scholars at their camp will know what to do next. Well, let's go speak to the scholars. Oh, can we consult all of them? Consult the scholars on opening the gate. You have 3 seals to open the Regent's grave. The scholars will be able to lend their expertise. The scholars are waiting eagerly for you to return, though they affect otherwise. The vituperative classicist arrives first. Well, The others hurry behind her, their expressions repetitions of her question. You explain all you can. The servant thrown down, the theologian concludes, for dreadful overreach. It's not my king in the barrow then, the paleographer says, mournfully. Only a retainer. We don't know that, the classicist replies, though it's a reasonable supposition. He turns to you. Take me with you. Let's open this wretched grave. The theologian immediately volunteers himself as an alternative. So, we can take the dismal paleographer. His theory is in tatters. The truth might be a balm. We can take the vituperative classicist. She was the least bound to her theory. Perhaps she will find the truth rewarding. Or we can take the feckless theologian. His insouciant demeanour shields him from disappointment. Would he appreciate the truth? Yet again, I can't remember who I selected last time. It was either the theologian or the paleographer. Let's take the paleographer. The dismal paleographer gasps. Me? But why not? He glances at the others, then draws himself up. Well, why not? I'll get my things. The theologian approaches you. Be careful. You wouldn't want anything to happen to him. Paleographer returns with a heavy bag. Shall we be off? You'll need to find the Regent's grave in your locomotive to continue. Oh, we gained 250 sovereigns and 250 experience. The shadow of the barrow falls over the camp. A mournful wail carries on the wind. A cluster of scholars have set up camp on the border of the wood, their funding gone. They struggle to continue their research into whoever is entombed in the Regent's grave. The wind howls in the trees and the skies threaten rain. The scholars huddle in their tents, brooding over papers and conspiring against colleagues. I thought this was going to offer some explanation as to why it is deserted. Let's wander the camp. The remaining scholars packed up back to Somerset in London once you've made your decision. They hope to salvage their careers, or at least be somewhere warm and inside. The wind shivers the grass. The shadows lengthen over the camp. Okay, so we can leave. Let's, can we do anything in the party glade? We can explore the glade. No one else here at present? Okay, never mind. Perhaps not. Right. So, if we need to find the Regent's grave, I do believe if we just follow around here, we should find it. We can have a respite from labour. The distinguished retailers Ravenscourt and Stamford operate a small logging outpost in Traitor's Wood. We can ask for wood for our hull. Hours are long and employment is precarious. Very seldom do the woodcutters and charcoal burners get a day off. Today is one of those rare occasions. Let's rest. The workers share picnics out of the meadow. An aged charcoal burner plays a fiddle. The workers make room for you on the grass. You sup on cold meats and flat wine under the boughs of the trees. Later, you play cards and dice until the fiddler strikes up again. A charcoal burner brings out some whiskey she'd been saving. The singing lasts well into the night and almost drowns out the sounds of the wood. A terror has fallen. Right, let's see if we can find the Regent's tomb. I am worried about the amount of fuel I have, though. Does Port Avon sell fuel and supplies? Carillions. They only sell supplies. I'm tempted to head back to Port Avon to buy fuel and supplies before I do this, because it'd be really embarrassing to run out of fuel. What would be even worse is if we found the Regent's grave and then did everything and then ran out of fuel on the way back. That would be quite the nail in the coffin as to the expedition. I don't actually remember what's in the Regent's grave, so it should be an exciting adventure. The paleographer, hopefully, can translate anything that we need translating. I'm sure it's going to be an interesting story no matter what, though, which is something that is always good about Sunless Skies. It always ends up being interesting. Right, Port Avon should be just up here. I don't know how much fuel I should buy. Probably more than I think I'm going to need. Enough time has passed where we can go back to Lustrum as well. I do believe we need to go to Lustrum for the Vagabond as well. So we could put that together as a journey to gather our unseasoned hours. Which then, I guess I could either put them in the bank or I could sell them. I don't know if it keeps ticking up. I've gone the wrong way. If I don't go and collect it after the set date, or if it just gets to a certain point and then stays there. Like they don't carry on gathering if they are full. I mean, it'd be nice if they do carry on gathering. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, no, we're good. Thought I was about to drive my train through the pub. Okay, we need supplies. So, shops. Any bargains here? And honey. Let's buy 4 and 4. Just in case we need them for the actual, some sort of trek. And back we go. I could go up that way, but I think that's actually further. So let's just go back the way we came. I think it's around this bit here. I don't think it's around the pale wood. I could be wrong though. I have been known to be wrong before. I remember I struggled to find it last time I played because it was in a place that I didn't expect. It's in its own like dead end. That's what I remember. Okay, we're back to the Traitor's Wood area. So if we turn up here... I came here once? Don't remember why. A king. His cup? Oh, does the Incautious Driver's storyline take you to Traitor's Wood? I think it might, you know. This doesn't bode well. I don't know if the bat would help us find it. This seems very much like a dead end, doesn't it? Marrold wood. Maybe it is in the pale wood. Looking at my map to see if anything sticks out to me that might be the area where I want to go. The deep wood? Maybe it's in the deep. It could be in this area here. It could very well be up here. Let's try that theory. That's a very long drive, but it's worth looking into if it is the right place. I remember having similar issues. It was not where I thought it was going to be. We are going to have to drive past bees. A lot of bees. I'm not carrying any nectar, am I? No. Okay, we should be okay without nectar. I'll not aggro the bees. But then again, if I come across a nest, I might be able to steal the nectar. Good money. It's also very useful for a lot of quests and things. We'll see. We'll see if my greed gets the better of me. It normally does. What can I say? I like money. I'm going the right way. Yes, I am. I thought this was a dead end for a second. That would have been embarrassing. Get to the end and just crash the ship. Like, oh no. Oh, I was thinking about the Carillion Company collusion that I couldn't find. It could be that the state of the Reach has changed to a point where that collusion is no longer applicable. Because the Tacites have taken over the Reach, haven't they? There may be the stovepipes have fully pulled out of all of the areas and they are just in Port Prosper for now. I do need to go and hand in like my port reports and things. Do I want to stand by this wonder to see if I can get my tears down, my terror down? There we go. There we go. The Reach is a very cool place. I love these like waterfalls and forests. I imagine it'd be a very cool place to be. I mean, other than the horrendous death creatures, there's just a lot of things here that can kill you. It's an awful lot like the Elder Continent in the Neath, where it's just full of tigers and big things that are trying to kill you. Hey, you're supposed to be non-aggressive unless I'm carrying honey. Thanks. Oh god, more of them. Oh god. Ah, the noise. Evasive maneuvers. Don't you dare attack me, Starfarer. Oh god, that was loud. I'll have to make that quieter in editing, I think. Hey, I think this might be it. Ah, look at this place, it's so cool. I love floating particles like this, it always looks so pretty. I think that's why I like snow so much, you know. All the reasons. Oh, there's a Starfarer here. Well, let's see if we can get some combat in this episode. Where's he gone? Did he run away? Oh, there he is. Gideon's Bronze. Damn it, I missed all my shots. Yes, just stay down there. Damn it. Damn it. There we go. The crew of this weathered engine had been driven mad by the winds and the stars and the things that haunt the sky. Let's gain some random treasures. A distressingly odoured barrel. No one is keen to get close. An uncanny specimen. Dear God, what the blazes? Whoops. My fingers was in the wrong place on the keyboard. Find something, Bat. What did it find? Hey, could that be? Could that be what we're looking for? We came across this question mark a long time ago. And I never came in to get it, so here we are. The ruins of some ancient Reach civilization. Oh, it's a site of terror, huh? Another star-maddened explorer, huh? I kind of want this bronzewood. Let's hope nothing spawns. Okay, I may have rammed him, but I thought it looked cool. Let's examine the captain's logs. They may shed light on what befell the explorer. Find a sky story or a tale of terror. Success. The captain's door is covered in noughts and crosses. So it transpires is the rest of his cabin, his logs, and his body. In every game, the noughts won. Your search earns up a few valuables, and you return to your engine. 36 sovereigns and 1 sky story. Here we are, the Regent's grave. Here, the heart of the forest, a great barrow built from ancient stone stands. Gates of star-forged bronze block the entrance. So we can either open the gate, you have the 3 seals and a translator, you will discover what was entombed here. We can seal it shut forever, break the seals, lock the gates forever. They were not meant to be opened, or we can leave the grave. Curiosity, let's open the gate. Before fitting the seals into the gate, the scholar examines the correspondence markings on them. Something about to be used for visitation and a reminder to not visit unless in direst need. Your scholar translates, plainly baffled. Each seal fits a particular depression in the gate. It goes silver, then bronze, then gold. As you place the final seal into the metal, the gate swings inward of its own accord. A long stair, vastly wide, descends downward into the gloom. Below, a wind howls with the ferocity of a starving wolf. At the foot of the stair is a burial chamber, fathoms high. Hanging from the roof is a skeleton. The bones are the size of locomotives, the skull palatial. Red correspondence sigils are branded on the bones. The trisected skull's mouth is sealed shut with cloister wax. We can unstopper the skull's mouth. The sigils on its jawbone mean to have gone further than one should, the scholar whispers. Standing well back, you order your crew to light a fire below the skull's mouth. Soon, the wax is congealing and dripping in long, slow splashes onto the tomb floor. The heat in the chamber rises, dashes of wax begin to fall in heavy drops from the mouth of the skull. The wind rises to a frenzy. The last of the wax melts, the skull's jaw hangs open, and the correspondence sigils begin to appear on the walls of the tomb. The cavern lights in fierce incandescence. As the traitor spits furious correspondence, your scholar struggles to keep up as they translate the sigils on the spot. The scholar translates. The servant was given a task. They mean to complete it, but they have no body. They mean to chain the wood. No, tame it. They are the tamer. They overstepped when they gave voice to the voiceless. They want to undo their error. The scholar falls silent. Sorry, what? Their eyes widen. They want one of us to help them. For a year and a day. Shall we explain that the judgment of the Reach has perished? Traitor's Wood no longer has a master. We can ask what this task would entail. What does the deceased servant of a deceased star want? Or why not leave things as they are? The tamer has its freedom, though not its life. It could join the winds that howl in the heavens and leave the woods full of voices, wild and at liberty. Let's ask what the task would entail. Correspondence flashes in the dark like bonfires on Guy Fawkes night. The scholar frowns. The vanquishing of all errors, the making right of the wood, something about work, bloody, burning, taming work, the silence of the voices and the stilling of tongues. The scholar shrugs. They seem to think it's self-explanatory. Let's tell it that the judgment of the Reach has perished. The scholar struggles to convey your statement, but the tamer appears to understand. Correspondence flashes like lightning. Ah, I know this. A duty magnified, the rights due to the dead. The scholar pauses. The chain of being, the obligations thereof. I don't know this last one. It might just be grief. Why not leave things as they are? The scholar backs away as incandescent sigils go up like fireworks. He doesn't like that. A failure will not be commemorated. A debt will be repaid. That's repeated several times. Ah, a transgression that must be unmade. The regret of having burned too brightly to return humbly to one's place. So we can either accept, give the tamer our body so they can fulfill their duty, or we can allow the scholar to fulfill the task. They step forward, trembling. Let me. I am going to let the scholar do this. The dismal paleographer is shaking, but he approaches the skeleton of the tamer. Please think of me, should I not survive. Think of me as brave. He smiles. Burn my monographs too. And then a wind is upon him. It howls as it forces its way into the empty places in his skull. He turns back to you, eyes unseeing, and runs from the tomb, out into the wild of the wood. The grave is silent. Return to the parting glade in Traitor's Wood in a year and a day to complete this story. Let me write down the date, the 10th of December, 1905. Okay. Leave the grave. Go away. Far away. You leave the long dark of the Barrow behind you. Right. Let's get to the nearest port, which is probably Traitor's Wood. God damn it. I guess I could try and go to Port Prosper, maybe? Go with Port Prosper. That's a much safer and nicer place. Get me out of here. Admittedly, Regent's tears would lower my terror slightly, but I think we'll be okay. I just need to get to a port so I can save the game and end the episode. Oh, I came across a star-maddened explorer, and he dropped me some carefully packed crate of munitions that I needed. I need that for going somewhere. Illustrum? I think it's Lustrum. The gunner sniffs just before the lid is wrenched open. Gunpowder. Ooh, whoops. Fingers in the wrong place again. Uh-oh. A fungal fragment. In sky suits and spore masks, your crew hauls a porous asteroid aboard. The top half is veiled by a mesh of fungus, like minty crinoline. Lichen of all shades clings to the underside of the rock in an iridescent coating. I need fungal crinoline for the man at the nature reserve. But let's get this. The phlegmatic researcher in the Leadbeater and Stainrod Nature Reserve requested you bring him the lattice. The fungus is tough. It's like cutting wood with a penknife, but it eventually gives way. Ow. Damn it. Get me out of here. So, we now have two of the things we need. What did the bat find, just out of pure curiosity? Something down there. Well, I shall worry about that next time, I feel. But, so now we have two of the things we need for the nature reserve. If I just go to this Titania, I should be able to get all three, which is the maximum payout we can get, which, you know, I like money. Marauders have made an encampment here. Great. Lovely. And here we are at Port Prosper. Luckily, those marauders didn't give us any trouble. And I shall dock up here. Luckily, in today's episode, we managed to explore quite a lot of stuff in the Traitor's Wood. I'm interested to see what will happen in a year, but we'll have to wait quite a while for that. I think in the next episode, we shall be finding our way to Lustrum. Maybe go to the circus to drop off the twin? But either way, thank you all very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, let me know what you think. Your comments are greatly appreciated. Thank you again to the members of the channel. It really does help me make these videos and keep the channel going. And as always, I'll see you next time.